Okay, for number 16, from the figure below, point A, B, C, and D are on the circumference of the circle, and point O is the center of the circle. Angle AOC is 140 degree. Calculate the size angle of ADC. So this AOC is this guy over here, right? So the one that we are looking for is the angle ADC, which is over here. That's named that with theta. Now, we can't just like go straight here. We can do something like this. So because we know that this is a center angle, and if this is center angle, then this is going to be the inscribed angle. So which means that the angle here is half of 140. So I'm going to write down angle ABC. That'll be half of 140, which is equals to 70 degree. Now another reason, another theory that we can use to find angle ADC is that the opposite angle of a cyclic quadrilateral in a circle is going to be 180 degree if you sum it up, right? So if you add this guy and this guy, they'll be 180. So I'm gonna write down like this. So angle ABC, if you add that with angle ADC, they'll be equals to 180 degree. Now since we know that the ABC is 70 degrees, so 70 plus ADC equals to 180. So which means that the angle of ADC will be just equals to 180 minus 70, and that'll be just equals to 110 degree. Okay, for number 17, point A, B, C, and D are on the circumference of a circle. If angle ABD is 35 degree, what is the size of angle X? Okay, now this is actually pretty straightforward also. If you see that we have an angle like this over here, and whenever you see like another angle, for example, I have another point here, let's say it's E, and I'm gonna drag like a line from A and also D like this. So this is also gonna be the X. So as you can see that A to B and B to D is actually the same thing like that one. So this is also going to be X, right? So since we know that angle ABD is this one is 35 degrees, so angle X is also going to be equal to 35 degrees. Simple as that. Okay, now let's go to number 18. Point A, B, C, D are on the circumference of a circle. If angle ABC is 125 degree and BAD is 82 degree, what is the size of angle X and Y? So okay, so the first one is this 125, it's over here, and that 82 is over here. So notice that we have a theory. If we have angle opposite angle of a cyclic quadrilateral, right, the sum will be equals to 180 degrees. So for example, if I want to find the X value here, notice that X and the 82 are two opposite angle in a cyclic quadrilateral. So I can write down as X plus 82, right, this guy plus this guy, that'll be equals to 180 degree, right? So I can just write down this as the 180 minus 82, and that will be equals to 98. So that is the angle for X. The same thing with the angle over here, the Y. So the Y is going to be opposite to the 125 in the cyclic quadrilateral. So if I add Y with 125, that will also be equals to 180. So the Y is just 180 minus 125, and that will be just equals to 55 degrees. Okay, number 19. Given the radius of the circle is 10 centimeter and line AB is 16 centimeter, calculate the length of OC. Okay, so we have 3 questions here. Let's do it one by one. So again, guys, before you do anything, it's a good idea for you to write down what is given from the question and then put it into the image. And here we have the radius, which is 10. So the radius is from O to B and also from O to A and also from O to D, right? So I'm gonna put it here. Okay, so 10 centimeter over here. This is also 10 centimeter. I don't want to write down in here because we have point C over here. Okay, so and then the next one is line AB is 16, so I'm gonna go from here to here, right? That'll be equals to 16. So I'm gonna just like, okay, maybe I'm gonna just go use the shape here like this. Okay, so from D to A it is going to be equals to 16 centimeter. Now the first question is, what is the length of OC? So the length of OC is from here to here. Okay, notice what happened here, guys. If I know that AB is 16 centimeters, so which means that OC here, this point here, is actually is the midpoint of AB, right? So if this is the midpoint, so if I drag if the length of AC and BC will be the same, right? It's just 16 divided by 2, right? So which means that this is going to be 8 and this is also going to be 8, right? So notice that we have, if this is like the midpoint, this is actually going to be making a 90-degree angle, and you can see that this is going to be a right angle triangle. If you see a right angle triangle, then we can apply the Pythagoras formula to find the other side, one of the side that is missing. Okay, so let us just draw this one triangle here. Sorry, not that one. Is this one over here? Okay, so let's take that triangle. Assume that this is the triangle that we're looking for, and then just like move it here, and then notice that we have a 90-degree over here. I'm gonna write down the vertex here. It will be in C, and this is the OC that we're looking for. And then I know that OB is 10, and then this is 8, and then I want to find this one, this OC. Let's name that with X. Okay, now in Pythagoras formula, the formula that we use is c squared equals to a squared plus b squared. Okay, so the first thing that we need to do first is to determine which one is the c for this one. So notice that the c is always in front of the 90-degree. It's the opposite. It's the opposite of 90-degree. That will be the c. The a and b doesn't matter which one, because this is just like using this Pythagoras formula. If you're using like the sine, cosine, and tangent, for other cases, then it might be different between a and b. It can be adjacent or opposite, but don't worry about that, because for now you only need to find which one is the c. Okay, so because we know that c is equals to 10, so put 10 over here, substitute that c into 10, and then I'm gonna name this with a and this with b. It doesn't matter which one is a and b, actually guys, for the x and 8, so you can swap them around if you want. So I'm gonna name the a with like the x, so a equals to x, so there'll be x squared. This one becomes x, and the b is equals to 8, this one over here, right? So it's just plus 8 squared. Notice that we can subtract both sides by 8 squared, so it'll be 10 squared minus 8 squared equals to x squared. So I forgot to put the square over here. Okay, the 10 squared minus 8 squared is 100 minus 64, right? And that will be 36, right? Equals to x squared. So we want to make square root for both sides. Remember that actually we have a plus minus over here, guys, but again, you don't have to worry about that, because for this case you're going to just use the positive value, because the length cannot be negative, right? So the square root of 36 is equals to 6. Okay, so in here, because the 6 is the length from here to here, that's the OC, so you can make a conclusion that the length of OC is equals to 6 centimeter. Okay, now that's the first question, question A. Now let's go to question B. The area of triangle OAB. OAB is like this one and this guy over here, right? So remember that the area of a circle, the area of a triangle is just half times base times height, right? So the area of a triangle is just equals to 1/2 times base times height. It's pretty simple. So we know that we have this triangle over here, right? So the base and the height that we're going to choose is the AB and OC. So remember, guys, when you are looking for the area, if you want to multiply the base and the height, notice that make sure that the base and the height always make a 90-degree angle. So in here, the two lines that are making the 90-degree angle in this triangle is this AB and this OC, right? So you cannot use the OB, because that doesn't make 90-degree angle, right? It's not 90 degrees, so we're using the AB and also the OC. Okay, so that'll be just equals to half times AB and then times OC, and then that's it, equals to that'll be 1/2. The AB is 16, and then multiply by the H, which is we already found out, which is 6, so times it with 6, and then we can cancel this, becomes 8. 8 times 6 is equals to 48, so that'll be in 48 centimeters squared. Okay, so for question C, I'm gonna skip this one, because I'm not gonna give you that question in the quiz, so you don't have to worry about that. Okay, so just leave it. Okay, let's go to number 20. Given a circle below, calculate the value of x. And here we have like a circle, and then we have this line here that is passing through the center point, which means that that's the diameter, right? So remember in the theory of inscribed angle and center angle, this is 180 degree, so which means that this is going to be 90 degree, right? So we can actually see from here that we have a right angle triangle, right? This one over here, that's a right angle triangle, so I'm going to move that a little bit to the left. Yeah, this one, right? So I'm going to move it here, guys, so you can see it clearly. So we have in here a 90 degree, and this is 3 centimeter, and then we have 4 centimeter. So the one that's being S is this one, X. That will be the radius of the circle, right? So notice that if from here to here is r, it's from here to here is also going to be r, right? So we can find the diameter first before we find the r, because the radius is just half of diameter, right? So it's gonna be easy. So again, guys, you can put like points A, B, C over here, for example, to make it clear which one is which. So because this is a right angle triangle, we have two sides, and we want to know the other side, so we can use the formula c squared equals to a squared plus b squared. Okay, the first thing that we need to do again, guys, to find out which one is the c, and the c is going to be this one over here because it's in front of the 90 degree. So the c, we don't know that yet, so it's just the AB, it's just the diameter. So I'm gonna just write down that will be AB squared, this one, right? And then A, I'm gonna name this with A, for example. That will be 4 square, and then this is the B, so that will be B squared. Sorry, it's 3 squared. And then yeah, we only need to find, this is 16 plus 9, and then that will be equals to 25, and then that will be the square root of 25. Again, guys, it should be plus minus, but again, you don't need to worry about the negative sign because the length cannot be negative, so just find the value of the positive value of this AB, which is equals to 5, right? So that is from A to B, so 5 centimeter. But the question is not from A to B, it's from A to the center point, right? So for example, the center point here is O. So we know that the AO and OB are the same, or we just like split them into two, or it's this the radius of the circle, right? So it's radius and radius. It's just half of that. So it means that the value of x is just equals to half times 5, which is equals to 5 over 2, or equals to 2.5. The same thing. Okay, that will be in centimeter. Okay, you don't need to write down the centimeter, because in here it has been written centimeter. Okay, so it's just this or this. Okay, so both of them are correct. Okay, let's go to number 21. Given a circle below, calculate the value of x. So the x is the radius. We don't have any radius. I mean, like, there's no image of the radius yet, so it's a good idea if you just draw them like this. Okay, so maybe I'm gonna put that a little bit here, and it's gonna be from there to there. Okay, so this is the radius, so that is the x. Okay, again, guys, because we can see that we have a right angle triangle here. It's pretty, I mean, like, it's pretty obvious, right? So this is a right angle triangle, right? So we can, like, okay, let's just take that away. I'm gonna zoom that a little bit, guys, so that you can see it. In here we have the right angle triangle. This is 2 centimeter, and this one is 5. Where do I get the 5? Because from here to here is 10, right? So this from here to here is just half of that. This is 5, and so also this is going to be 5. So that's where I get the 5. Okay, now we can use again the Pythagoras formula. There'll be c squared equals to a squared plus b squared, and the c is going to be in front of the 90, that is the c. That will be the x, right? So the x squared equals to a squared. Let's say the a is 2, so it's 2 squared, and then 5 will be the b, and then x squared equals to 4 plus 25, and x squared equals to 29, so x will be equals to square root of 29. And then you don't have to change this into decimal, that's fine. And then you don't need to write down the centimeter here because it's already given over here. If it's not given over here, so you need to write down the centimeter. Okay, okay, let's go to number 22. From the image below, if r equals to 6 centimeter, this is 6 centimeter, right? And the line segment AB is 10 centimeter. Calculate the line segment AB. Okay, so I forgot to mention that this AB line is actually a tangent of a circle. So if it's a tangent, then it will always make a 90-degree angle over here. Okay, so again, we can take that right angle triangle over here. I'm gonna take this right angle triangle. Again, I'm put it over here so you can see it clearly. Okay, so this guy is gonna be 90 degrees. So this is A, B, and then O. And we have 6 over here, and then we have 10 over here, right? Then again, O, wait, sorry guys, it should be OB. This one should be OB. If that's 10, so what is OB, for example, like this one? Now, this is, again, this is the c, right? Because in Pythagoras, c squared equals to a squared plus b squared. The c is always the in front of the 90-degree angle. Okay, so let's write down c squared equals to a squared plus b squared, and the c we don't know that. That will be the ob square. And let's say this is a, this is b. Okay, let's say this is 6 squared, and then we have 10 squared, and then ob squared equals to 36 plus 100, and that will be equals to 136. So again, that'll be just the square root of 136. So if you put that into the calculator, guys, the square root of 136 is 2 square root of 34, and then you don't have to change the what do you call this into decimal. That's it. Okay, that's it. You don't have to worry about anything else. Okay, number 23. From the image below, if PQ is equal to 13 centimeter, AP is 7, BQ is 2, calculate the length of AB. Okay, I forgot to mention again, guys. So AB here is the tangent line, right? That will be the tangent of these two circles. Okay, so if I draw a line like this, if I expand that, there'll be always 90-degree angle over here. Okay, so okay, let's just move on. Remember, guys, every time you see a question like this, the first thing that we need to do is, if you haven't the image, if you don't have the image, draw it. If you have the image, write anything, for example, like the length of any line that you know from the question. Okay, now PQ is 13, so I'm going to write down 13 over here, and we have AP, this one over here is 7, and then BQ is 2. Okay, so the question is the length of AB. So notice that we're going to use the Pythagoras again, guys. So notice what happened if I do this. If I draw that PQ here, this line PQ, and I can actually put that, if I want to like have a, what do you call it, a right angle triangle, I can actually put this here, right? So I'm gonna move that to here. Sorry, guys, it's a little bit hard for here, guys. So you can see what happened here, right? So I'm gonna have like this, so I will get a right angle triangle over here, right? Right, so that will be connected with the what do you call it, the OB, right? Let me redraw it again. Okay, so maybe it's not working. And let me do it one more time. 1, 2, and then 3. Oop. Okay, it's a little bit strange, but yeah, you get the point, right? Okay, so let me assume that that is A, B, and point over here. Let's name that with R, for example. Okay, now we know that this line from R to B is actually the same with the PQ, right? That will be just 13. This is what we're looking for, the AB, right? So let's name that with X. And we have a right angle triangle, a right angle triangle over here, right? So because we have 90-degree over here, and the one that we need to see here is this one over here, right? This AR. So can you see that if this is like, this is 2, this is going to be also 2, right? So if this whole thing is 7 and this is 2, so this is going to be 5, because 7 minus 2 is equal to 5, right? So this is going to be 5. So in order to find the x, we only need to use the Pythagoras formula, and that will be the c squared equals to a squared plus b squared, and the c is going to be this one because it's in front of the 90-degree. That'll be 13 squared equals to a, let's say the a is 5, so that'll be 5 squared plus b squared is the x squared. We don't know that yet. Okay, so let's move that 5 squared to the left side. That will be 13 squared minus 5 squared equals to x squared, and this one will be equals to 144. And again, you square it both sides. Again, it's plus minus 144 equals to x, and you only need to find the positive value of square root of 44, which is equal to 12, and this is going to be in centimeters. So you write down a conclusion in here that the length of AB is 12 centimeter. Okay, for number 24 is actually almost the same thing, but the only difference is that we are going to move the line, the PQ line, like going downwards. Okay, so let me draw it again, guys. So from P to Q, for example. Okay, so I'm gonna move that here, right? So the right angle triangle that we're going to see is this guy over here, right? That is going to be the right angle that we're going to focus on. Okay, so I'm gonna just draw like this, 1, 2, and 3. Okay, so let me take that. Oops, sorry, it should be in one go. Yep, like this, right? So I'm gonna have A over here, and then I have B over here, and I have P over here actually, and I'm gonna name this point with R, for example. Now, what do we know from the question here? We have PQ is equals to 30, so this PQ is going to be the same with RB, right? Because we just moved that there, so the length will be the same. And then we have AP. AP, this one is the radius of this circle, so it'll be 14. And BQ is equals to 4. So notice that if this is 4, this is also going to be 4. If this is 4 and this is 14, so you can add them together. So AR is 14 plus 4, which is equals to 18, right? So this one is going to be 18, right? Okay, can you see that we are looking for the AB, meaning that, sorry, we are going to like, maybe I'm gonna move that a little bit to the right side so that it's not colliding here. Okay, oops, sorry. Okay, I need to move it a little bit here, guys. Okay. So yeah. So this from A to R is going to be 14 plus 4, which is going to be 18, something like that. Okay, so which means that again we can use the Pythagoras formula: c squared equals to a squared plus b squared, and the c is going to be this 30 because that's in front of the 90-degree angle. Okay, so that'll be 30 squared equals to, let's say a is 18, and then the b is that AB line, right? Square. We don't know this one here. That's the AB square. That'll be just calculate that by using the calculator. 30 square, subtract both sides by 18 square, you'll get AB square. And then if you use the calculator again, guys, let me see, minus 18 square, that'll be equals to 576, right? 576 equals to AB squared. Now square root both sides, again it's plus minus, but you don't have to worry about the minus value, and that will be AB is equals to the square root of the answer equals to 24. So just write down in centimeters. That's it. Okay, as for number 25, I'm not gonna discuss this because I'm not gonna put this into the quiz later on. Okay, so good luck.